Hey guys, welcome back to Ranger Survival and Fieldcraft. I'm Andrew, and what I have for you today is how soldiers turn their uniforms into survival kits. Stand by. Take it from us. We want to conceal items in our uniform to give us a chance to escape, potentially get food, but navigate back to friendly lines. Now, with this kit, less items, smaller is better, because the more items we have on us, the higher propensity there is for our captors to actually discover that during a search, and then they're going to search even harder, potentially find more items. Now, one of the items I like is Kevlar cord because it's very thin, but it's very strong. 200-pound tensile strength. We can take a hank of this or a small portion, shove it in our pocket as lint, or I'm going to show you a technique that we can use to conceal this in our uniform. Next, a button compass. I'm going to show you another trick with this button compass on how we can make it even less detectable. Fishing line, we're not going to keep it on a bobbin like this. Seal this, and the best thing about this is it looks just like sewing thread, so we've got some ideas there. Next, the razor blade. We're going to use a smaller razor blade today. We want to have a cutting tool. Next to that fishing line, hooks. I would definitely go with small hooks and maybe hooks that aren't canted off like this one is. It's slightly canted at the hook right there. We don't want hooking ourselves with our own kit. That would be painful. Next, a safety pin would be a good item. One, this is easily explained away, but we could also use this as a potential fish hook. Safety pin could have a lot of uses in a kit. Two other things that are easily explained away that could be good: escape tools, a hair barrette, and a bobby pin. I'm going to show you how we can configure these and then conceal them as well. A cuff key could be a good item. I'm going to show you a trick with a different cuff key that we can use to conceal that on our uniform as well. Then for most of our items, we're going to need just the tools, like I said, a razor blade, needle and thread to prep a lot of these items or to make it possible to conceal them. So we need these. All right, let's start at our feet with the boots. And here you can see my field boots. They are dirty and nasty and well worn. You can see I've taken the laces out of one. Now what I do with my boots, and what a lot of soldiers do, is replace the laces with actual 550 cord. This is just type 3 paracord. And you can see over time, they're gonna fray, they're gonna wear down. I've been sitting in the eyelets of the boots, gotten wet, and then corroded a little bit. You can change this out if we have a lot of paracord. But what I also like to do is use Titan paracord or Atwood paracord. Atwood brand being my favorite just because they don't include the brass wire. Titan has wire in there, and there's a little strand right there. It's a very small wire. And what happens in my experience is that wire breaks and pokes through the actual string or the sheath of the paracord. And with the Atwood brand, you've got Kevlar cordage, you've got fishing line, you've got jute twine, and then you've got Dyna X cord, and you can use all those for a variety of purposes. And so here I've got the sheath and the guts from Atwood cord that I have, and then here's the added line. So we've got the Dyna X cord, which is heat resistant. We've got the Kevlar cord, which is very strong. We've got the jute twine that's wax for tinder, and then we've got the fish line. A lot of good survival uses with the stuff right here. So I would go with that first. Of course, in my experience, I would just assume that my boots are probably gonna be taken first, and I'm gonna be walking around barefoot. So I'm gonna lose that cordage, but if I'm in a survival situation, I'm cut off from my gear, and I'm still escaping and evading, I've got this cordage that I can use for a lot of different purposes. Now, one other thing I would do with the boots is under the sole in here, I would conceal or hide greenbacks or some money here. Then this would be my primary get off the X plan, is find somebody, a taxi driver or a car, and pay them off to get away from there. Quick, fast, and in a hurry, especially in an urban environment, but it's just a technique. So there's the boots. All right, I'm gonna jump up to the belt here really quick because the cash belt we can wear. This is my cash belt, and I'll put maybe a couple of fish hooks or something in here. I've got the buckle with the signaling mirror behind there and the bottle opener, and then plastic cuff key. Now I'll keep that right at the small of my back. This cash belt is gonna tip off anybody who captures you, and they're gonna find this, they're gonna realize, hey, this guy could be hiding more things on him, and they're gonna search me even harder. And so I would rather, in a non-permissive environment, go with just a standard issue belt. So we're gonna have to think of other places to hide our survival kit, maybe in our pants and in our top if we're lucky enough to keep those. All right, so let's look at our pants. I've got my fatigue bottoms right here, and I've already put items in here and concealed them. Now, one of the first items is gonna be up here near the crotch area. In a cursory search, people looking at you, they're not gonna be at eye level in the crotch, and they're just doing a search to make sure you don't have any weapons or any other items on you very quickly, because they're probably trying to move you off the X and get you back to a more secure location where they can do more in-depth searches. So what I like to do is I'll look at my buttons here, and I've already removed the bottom button and then used a little bit of sewing thread and a needle to replace that button with a cuff key button. Now, if they do a good search on me later on and they find this, they're going to search my clothing even harder. Anybody who searches me may be risk averse at touching my private area, maybe brush over this button. There's always things you can do to kind of keep people's hands off of you, like crapping your pants maybe. Next, inside, something that I've done to this pocket is that I've got some thread sticking out of this pocket. That is actually our 10-pound fish line. And you can see that I've actually done is worked it all the way around the pocket on the outside in the threads. And I can sew this very tightly. What I've done is left it loose just for demonstration's sake today. But typically they're not going to search the inside of my pants. What they're going to do is grab the pocket, pull it out, and make sure I don't have anything in there. And that further conceals that fish line. Plus I did it in the crease where the fabric meets, so you can't even see it on this side if you tried. So there's another technique. Now, I talked about that safety pin. We can just throw this in our pocket if we want to. During a search, it's best if we have everything concealed vertically along our pant legs, because people are just going to grab that pocket. They're going to grab it with their hands like this because they're brushing down, and they're just going to twist and try to feel something. If they find something, then they can look at it more and inspect a little bit more. But what we can do is take a safety pin and just hook it in our pocket. We could change this and actually put it vertical inside the pocket. Down here, it's flap, where maybe they wouldn't notice it, and it's inside the pocket. They squeeze, they don't feel it during a search, and we can get away with it. Now, one thing to note with a lot of these items is we want to distribute them. We want to evenly distribute our items, so at least if we lose our top or lose our pants, we have some items in our top, we have some items in our pants. We can find some items, improvise, scavenge, resource, not have them everywhere or use the same hiding place generally. One thing I've done with this pocket is I've actually concealed our button compass. And the way I've done that is by cutting into the fabric right at the eyelet here for the button to my cargo pocket. And when it's closed like this, the button actually helps conceal the entrance because I'm, again, accessing the flap of the pocket here. And I've concealed my button compass in there. Now, what I've done to the button compass is I've taken that compass and thrown it against the floor. And what that has done is it's shattered the plastic casing of my compass. I don't usually recommend this, but what it's also done is left me with the compass that's floating inside that housing. All the liquid's gone, but we still have the needle on the back that's magnetized. Now, here's where this comes in handy, is that we can hide this. Again, it's not very easy to search or feel, especially if that button's right there and it's somewhat concealing this. What we can do is escape with this, and if we need to find cardinal directions, one, we could expose this to light because glow in the dark. Then we simply take it, float it in water, down at a water source where we're drinking nasty water, and this thing will point and give us cardinal directions. And then we collect up our button compass and continue, move out, and we can easily place it back into its hiding spot. All right, so moving on. Down here at the other pockets, again, go vertical when you hide your stuff. That way it's less likely to be felt. What I've done down here at the smaller pocket is I've actually concealed one of my escape items. I've taken that hairpin, and what I've done is prepped it already and concealed it in the outside of this pocket right on this seam here. I'll put it here, and I can easily just start forcing it out of the pocket and then use it to escape handcuffs. And so I'll put this back. Now, continuing down this leg, one other thing I've done is military pants typically come with a blouser that sits inside the bottom pant cuff. To tie your pant legs where you blouse your boots, what I've done is just put 550 cord in there. Again, more of that Atwood survival paracord. They may notice this, they may not notice this, it may fall out, they may take it. On the pant leg itself, just so you're aware, on the back side, there's a small little seam. I cut that on both sides, remove the thread, and that gave me the ability to remove this. You just have to cut that away, go to the next leg. Now, on this one, you can see I've left the actual pant blousers in there, and what I've done is just use the little eyelet here to conceal my razor blade. And it's not gonna fall out on me, but here I just have a very small ceramic razor blade. It's a very easy razor blade. It's not gonna go off in a metal detector. I've got my magnet right here. It's not picking up, as opposed to that other razor. I've put it in green electrical tape to conceal it just a little bit more, but then to protect the edge. And then we can just take this and put it back in this eyelet. It's not vertical, it could be caught. Maybe people overlook this as they get down, or we're barefoot, we don't have boots on anymore, and they just pat our legs and they don't feel it. All right, so with our top, we're gonna look at our kit. Now, one of the things that I like to do with this style of uniform is we have the buttons down the side, old school here, and we've got this sleeve that's on the inside. One thing I've done is I've taken my Kevlar cord, just a very small hank, maybe a foot or so. I've grabbed a big needle, and then I've sewn it into this flap. You can barely see down here at the corner. It just looks like thread or something that got pulled out. This is actually my cord right here. And so what I can do is yank on this and pull it out. What I've done is I've gone through, again, there's two different fabrics folded over, and I've gone in between those. So you can't see it on this side, and it's hard to see on the underside. And what I've aimed for is right here at the button point. I've actually gone up through here and then just a little bit higher, gone back into the material. So out around the eyelet for the button. People would overlook that, hopefully. You can use Kevlar cord to saw plastic to create maybe a improvised tool that is sharp and pokey, but you have cordage there for a lot of different purposes. Another technique is concealing another escape item in the sleeve, and I really like this technique. I've got my hair barrette, and what we do with this is we just take it, break off the center portion, break the end, and this gives us a shim. What I like to do is conceal that shim right here in this little seam. There's just enough space to put my shim. And it's in the cuff where it's already kind of hard to feel and people might overlook that. Easy to conceal. We just move the thread that's right here at the edge that goes around the cuff and simply slide this back in. We have a shim right there at our wrist that we can use to escape cuffs again. Over on this side, we've got patches and we've got ways to conceal things. So with a patch, actually take our knife or our razor and cut a little slit in the back of our patch, because the underside of our hook pile tape here or Velcro is nothing but glue. And then we can force our finger in there or force something in there to actually create just a small cavity to hide maybe more, and you can see the glue's coming out with it, small fish hooks. An okay place to hide those things. However, patches are probably gonna be taken. Who knows what your captors are gonna do. They're gonna want trophies and all that kind of stuff. So maybe they take these, they don't let you keep them. I would also say that in the event of imminent capture, get rid of these patches, get rid of any names or insignias or anything like that. Be able to use plausible deniability, and you're able to escape later on, and you still want the ability to fish. Another thing we can do up here, so what I've done here is the same thing I did with my pants with the button compass. Cut along the eyelet to create an opening, concealed a fish hook, and I've taped it up in electrical tape again, so it's easier to get out, and then it's not gonna injure me. Tear it out and then use it to go fishing with the line from my pants. All right, guys, a down and dirty video today on how we can take our uniform and then a lot of survival items like Kevlar cordage, a button compass, maybe a cuff key, safety pin, fishing line, a few hooks, as well as some improvisational items like a razor blade, hair barrette, or bobby pin, escape tools. Take these items and then conceal them in our clothing. So if we at least have our pants or our top or both, or if we're left with everything, we have items on us to survive with. All right, we're gonna want to survive capture and escape as soon as possible. And then these items will give us the ability to at least affect survival in hopefully a meaningful fashion, but to give us just a few more tools while we're out there escaping and evading and moving back to friendly lines. So I really hope you liked this video. If you did like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment in the comment section. I always appreciate your feedback. I want to thank you guys for what you can do for me, for this channel, for your likes, your views, your subscriptions, your comments, your feedback, and your shares. And I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.